It's time now for a look at what's making headlines around the world with Diptyka Laurent. Dipty, good to have you.
Hi, Rochelle.
We're starting with reactions after Croatia snatching victory from England in the second semi-final last night.
That's right. We're seeing a lot of humility and grace from the English papers today. Some really heartwarming front pages. Let's start with the Daily Star, which says, "You did us proud," going with a picture of the English coach, Gareth Southgate. While the Independent has two words for its English side: thank you. Thank you for allowing us to dream for the past 4 weeks. There are some rather dramatic front pages too. The Times sports pages, when you look at this, you'd think they're coming back from a war or something like that, because you have a picture of Kieran Trippier here being limping off the field, being helped off the field. They're coming home, but with their heads held high, while the street paper Metro has been able to find a clever play on words, something creative. This loss will no doubt be a kick in the Balkans.
That's not bad, actually. I like that. Of course, there were scenes of celebration and partying among Croatian fans, and this is also echoed in the papers there, Dipty.
That's right. The Croatian papers are full of joy and jubilation. The love of the Croatians triumphs. That's the loose translation from Večernji List, the Croatian paper. Another paper is predicting a, quote, fiery final against France. And in fact, in the sports pages in Croatia, they say that God has given us a chance to avenge our semi-final from 1998, the one that in which Croatia was beaten by France. And France, of course, went on to win that World Cup that year. Well, the paper says this is the right final between the right teams. They're the teams that have showed the most during the World Cup.
All right, well, there's still much nostalgia about the win. The French papers are marking the 20th anniversary to the day since France's first World Cup title.
And you see it there on the front page of Le Parisien, Generation 2018. A lot of people have been drawing comparisons between the French team from 1998 and the French team from this year, and this current climate of excitement that we're seeing, that this rallying behind Les Bleus. 2 decades on, France is once again carried by a blue wave. That's what Le Figaro says on its front page. But this time, it's intergenerational. Now, the editors of the paper there say, we know the spirit of camaraderie and patriotism may not last, but that's not a reason to be, quote, a killjoy. Meanwhile, Libération, the left-leaning paper in France, they're paying tribute to Didier Deschamps, the French coach, and his Système DD, that's a play on words of Système D in French, which means to hack it out, to be resourceful. Deschamps has been able to transform a group of young men not used to playing together into a, quote, disciplined and aggressive team capable of changing things up. Now, Le Parisien indeed is actually looking at this new generation of football fans, many of whom, including Kylian Mbappé, who weren't born in 1998 when France won the first World Cup. As you see in this cartoon here, these young kids saying, oh, you have to stop with your stories from the last century. Yes, we're all that old now.
All right, well, some reactions then away from football for a second. Some reactions to Donald Trump's controversial comments at the NATO conference yesterday.
Well, he did accuse Germany of being controlled by Russia or being held captive by Russia, which, you know, to be honest, is really never going to win you any friends at a diplomatic summit, is it? The Times cartoon here depicts Donald Trump's attitude at the NATO summit in Brussels, and you see him snubbing the Western leaders to shake the hand of Vladimir Putin, who's got a big gun on his shoulder. So in a way, the Times cartoonist is asking who's being controlled by whom, really. Now, for the conservative journal, the Wall Street Journal, they actually side with Donald Trump, even if they don't agree with the way he's going about doing things. They say that Germany's oil and gas deal is, quote, an embarrassment for Berlin and NATO. I quote, Germany is happy to help Vladimir Putin execute his plan. Usually, hostages need to be taken instead of volunteering.
All right, and finally, Dipty, the rescue of the Thai cave boys, the boys who were trapped for more than 2 weeks, has become a hot commodity for Hollywood, it seems.
Well, Hollywood officials are rushing to secure the rights to make a film about their incredible tale of survival and the equally incredible rescue mission that helped get them out safely from that flooded cave. Deadline, a website sort of dedicated to cinema and so forth, reports that there may not be one, but two films on this incredible story. You have the Hollywood officials who want to secure the rights, but parallel to that, a Chinese-American director called John Chu, he's actually hoping to develop a second film about their survival, one that he says will include an authentically Asian cast, and he wants to avoid whitewashing. So it's nice to see we're having these kind of discussions before the film is made.
A bit interesting film indeed once it comes out. Dipti, thank you very much for our roundup of the papers. And to our viewers, if you do want to see more of our press reviews, don't forget you can always log on to our website at france24.com.